going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are here today, live at Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York, to open some Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy pre-release kits. I say some. You can see it in the title down below. We're going to open all three of these today. I think we'll just go like that, and we can open this one first. If you are unaware, we want to shout out Champion and thank them for having us here today. The top link in the description down below will take you to Champion's website, where you can find out if you're anywhere near the Poughkeepsie, New York area. In fact, go check out the website and then come on down to the store. We are here at each and every pre-release, so if you want to come out and see us, but also even if it's in between pre-releases, the store is a great place to be. Tons of fun. They always have stuff going on here. So like I said, you can check their website. You can reach out to them if you want to find out about their events and stuff. And again, thank you to them for having us here today. And here it is. Answer the Call of the Crystals. And it's got the little hand for the selection, right? That's really cool. Attack magic items. Magic is grayed out. Oh, even the punch out things are pixelated around the outside. That is so cool. So the +1/+1 counters, the like finality and stun counters, and they're on the other side as well. Here you have indestructible counter, I guess. I don't really. Oh, a chapter counter for the saga. Ooh, and then you can see the characters here on the side.
That's so cute.
That is really cool. Even the... Hold on, I want to be able to show this off fully here. Even the Planeswalker symbol is in 8-bit. That's really cool. Wow, I love that.
On the side here, too.
Oh, yeah, look at that. The big... Okay, so you get big punch-out versions of it, too. So if you really like this, you can get some for yourself in pre-release kits. That's awesome. I'm going to see if I can... Yeah. Oh. 2 hits. Okay, so this is the full symbol that you would get. And this is the... Basically, this that you see here, going along like that, is also what is here. So you see them here, and then this guy is here. And so the inside of the box is just this like blank space with the tiling, or the stones in between. I know that it took a little bit for me to go through all that, but it means that we don't have to do it for the other two, so, and that's really cool. And then it just says Final Fantasy there at the top with the kind of the same brick background. That's really awesome looking. They did a really cool job with that. We got the red D20 with, unfortunately, just the Planeswalker symbol on it. Interesting. I wonder if they, like, weren't allowed to use the logoing on a die. I wonder why it's like that. That's very weird. Okay. If anybody knows any information on that, if they mentioned it and we missed it, please let us know in the comments down below. There's a lot of stuff we'll probably be asking you about for the comments, so, you know, feel free to start your novels now. We have the packs, which we'll leave off to the side. We have the insert. Look at that. Or the, the divider.
Wow. That's so cute.
Yeah, it is. That you can use this divider to divide your deck and your sideboard, and then the blank back on the other side, but that's really cool looking. I like that. And then the regular insert that we get with every pre-release kit that talks about building a pre-release deck, giving you tips and tricks. Pre-releases, I've always said, are great events for newer players because a lot of people will come to pre-release with very little knowledge on the cards. And so it's kind of the best way for a newer player to do a limited event while still kind of having like on par knowledge with everybody else. You have this little tip paper in here. If you read on this, you'll get an idea of what to include in your deck and how to make it. But also, I've always said, especially here at Champion, right? Chat with the other people around you. I've had Pro Tour players, literal actual Pro Tour players that will just like look at their kit and then build out as best they can and then look at me and go, okay, Joe, what do I do? And like, if you've watched us on stream every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, by the way, right here on this channel, you'll know that like I'm not the best Magic player in the world, but the idea is you collaborate with the other people around you, ask some of the players and stuff, and you can get some of that other cool information. Okay, and here's the guy that was in 8-bit now as like actual artwork on the inside of this insert. Right? That looks like the same guy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now he's fine-arted.
Yeah, he's very smoothed out, if you will.
Instead of 8-bitted.
Yeah, and before we go on to the packs themselves, we have our promo foil rare in Kuja Genome Sorcerer. And actually, interestingly, I don't have to open this up. because on the other side, he's Transkuja Fate Defied, and that is gorgeous in foil. Look at that.
Yeah.
Even through the plastic, you all can still see that. Maybe I'll open it. I lied to everyone. Whatever. Interestingly, no inserts this time besides the promo. Usually in here these days, they've been like, well, here's your arena code or your bit of information or a token or something like that. They don't have arena codes anymore because you just enter with your Wizards email and then they send you the rewards to your arena account immediately. But yeah, it looks gorgeous. I love this.
But they did include the Pringles.
They did include the, yeah, you saw me have to bend it out like that. It's still not perfect, but look at that foiling pattern. Absolutely beautiful. As we get to our first pack, if you did not see the other video that we have uploaded tonight, you should go check it out. It is us, it's like a 2 or 3 minute thing of us going around the store and checking out what other people have tonight or have found tonight during the pre-release itself. And hopefully you enjoy, because this is, what a great environment it's been here at Champion tonight for the pre-release. We have a Blazing Bomb. Amy likes these enemies. I do not. And you can actually, we'll talk about this more, but you can see our playthroughs over on Video Games for All. Links down in the description box below. We have a Fight On depicting art from Final Fantasy VII, but it's Aerith saving Yuffie, or using a healing spell on Yuffie.
Yeah.
We have Geisal Greens. Both of the games that we've played have had this in it, Geisal Greens. The bird deck turns out very good. Just very good.
Yes, it is.
Magic Damper. Awesome art on this one, just so gorgeous.
Yeah. This contrast is insane.
Yeah, it's really good, which I love. Yeah, the colors, the artwork is really, really good.
Really nice.
Galacat. I will also apologize for my pronunciation on some of these things. We have played through 7 and 8, and I am aware of 10 and 12 as well, but that does not mean that I know the pronunciations perfectly, so we're going to do our best, and that's all I can tell you. But if you want to try to give me a pronunciation guide for certain things in the comments down below, I'm always more than willing to learn. So we have, like I said, Galacat, Adventurers Inn.
Yeah.
Amy likes this one. Not necessarily, like, if we're talking about something that Amy likes, it's usually the artwork or the flavor of it, as opposed to the playability, but also I don't want to, shortchange you always. But yeah, this is just, you love this art, because it's a little cute, tiny little inn.
Yeah.
We have an Iron Giant. We have fought many of these as well in 7 and 8, and these are tough ones. Vigilance, Reach, Trample, 6/6 for 7.
Yeah, I personally don't love the art for this.
I'll agree with that.
Very dark. It's very monochromatic. I don't really think that that's indicative of these enemies.
Fair, because we've seen them in blue armor, in red armor, and they're very bright and kind of imposing and scary.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to imply like it's towards the end game, so it gets a little darker and scarier. I still don't, this isn't me saying you're wrong and this is why. I still agree with you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think because it's Iron Giant, they wanted to try and make it look like it was iron.
Sure.
But in the games, they're colorful.
Yeah.
And so I don't necessarily love this art for it.
Yeah, I can't blame you. And again, as always, folks, anything that we talk about today, agree, disagree, what have you, comments down below. We appreciate it. We have a Sandworm as our first uncommon. Interesting. It's got some stuff on its head. You got some... No, you're fine. Okay. We have one of the summons. So the summons are all saga creatures in this set. Some of the rares or mythics are characters, aka creatures, from Final Fantasy that flip into summons on the other side, aka saga creatures. But this is Summon Primal Garuda as our second uncommon. And Diamond Weapon is the third. Somebody was asking us about this on our stream. If you missed it, we streamed for over 12 hours. You will see it as less than 12 hours because YouTube doesn't allow VODs longer than 12 hours. But we streamed for over 12 hours playing this set on Wednesday. So if you missed that, feel free to go check it out. A lot of you already did, and thank you all so much for that support. It's been absolutely incredible. But if you want to see some gameplay, digital gameplay, that is a great place to check that out. You're spoiled for choice. There's 12 hours worth of content. So,
yes.
But here is Diamond Weapon, 9 mana for an 8/8, but it costs 1 less for each permanent in your graveyard. And then we have, I guess those were our 3 uncommons. After the 3 uncommons is going to be another card. There's a lot of different options for what that last card could be. So here it is, another uncommon. This happens to be a flip uncommon, sort of. This is one half of the meld, the only meld pair in the entire set. This is Vanille, Cheerful Icy, who flips into the top half of Ragnarok Divine Deliverance.
Whoa.
Yeah, this art is sick.
That's over the top.
And if you missed our, well, this is the top. If you missed our big opening that I did earlier this week, it came out on Thursday. You should check that out as well. We saw many versions of this Ragnarok, but I opened over $5,800 worth of sealed product from this set. 6 boxes of play boosters, 6 boxes of collector boosters. If you haven't got a chance to check that out and you want more content of product being opened, you should definitely check that out for sure. Then behind that, we have our rare in Squall, Seed Mercenary from Final Fantasy VIII.
Nice.
He looks great, and his ability is Rough Divide, which we know is part of his limit break, if you're familiar with Final Fantasy. One of his limit breaks is Rough Divide, or something that could happen with his limit break. Behind our rare should be our foil, I mean. It is, and it is an uncommon foil. I accidentally said uncommon, or started to, but it actually is an uncommon foil in Colosseum Behemoth.
Nice.
Very cool. This is a scary card. Big green scary creatures. Behind it is our land, which is Vector Imperial Capital. The way that the land slot works is you could get a town, you could get a full art basic, and then either way, they could be foil or non-foil. So here is a non-foil Vector Imperial Capital, a common land, but a dual land nonetheless, which is great. And then our token or art card is an art card, a signed art card. Signed, stamped art card.
Gorgeous.
So this is the backside art of Jekt. It is Braska's final Aeon, and I believe this is the alt art version. I believe. I could be wrong. No, this is the Japanese alt art, and it is again stamp gold signed. So that is sick that we got that one.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Really, really cool. Also, folks, if you're unaware of how I like to do things here on this channel, if I'm opening a pre-release kit, which, by the way, if you're unfamiliar, I have opened more pre-release kits than anyone else here on YouTube, and I do not plan on stopping anytime soon, and so thank you to Champion for helping me fuel that addiction. But anyway, I want to say that something that I always try to do is try to figure out what kind of a deck I would want to make out of a kit if I open it. So there are obviously 3 kits. You can always say like, hey, in kit 1 I would do this, kit 2 I do this, kit 3 whatever. But I would say that for this one so far, I mean, at least black seems good with Kuja and Squall. I don't have to only look at our rares, but you have the benefit of kind of going back and forth, checking our uncommons and things like that. And you better believe that if I get both halves of that meld card, I'm going to try to make it work. But that is green and black, so we'll see. We start pack 2 with Light of Judgment. Not a bad removal spell, a little expensive. Speaking of removal spells, Sephiroth's Intervention. This one not expensive and a good card, although the scene that it depicts may be, heart-wrenching for some.
Yeah.
Gigantode. I thought this creature did very well for us during the streamer event.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah, good card. 4 mana, 4/4 is always helpful, and then later on it can become a 6/6. No complaints there.
No.
A Rook Turret. Flying is also very good. It always is in limited, but
Yes.
confirmed, still good. Here is a Rook Turret.
Definitely still good.
We have an Aerith Rescue Mission. The flavor of this card in particular is so good to me, because I know we played through 7, so Amy, I don't know if you remember, but the 2 options here, it's a choose one. You either can take the elevator or take the stairs. Oh. And so we took the stairs when we played,
yes.
But the take the stairs option, because you have a party of 3, and it shows here Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett. But it says if you take the stairs, you tap up to 3 target creatures and put stun counters on them because they're exhausted from climbing 59 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
Really super flavorful. Really, really cool. Anyway, behind it we have Vane's Treachery. A Syncopate with really cool art.
Nice.
Getting counterspelled in this set has felt pretty bad when it happened to us. So if you are that type of a player, you can absolutely do that in this set. A second Summon Primal Garuda, something to keep track of. Now we've seen 2 of these. That is relevant for sure. Diamond Weapon again. Wow, the uncommons really stepping out, huh? Okay. So 2 Primal Garudas, 2 Diamond Weapons. And and Ether. First one of these that we've seen, but still.
That's very pretty.
Agreed. And the flavor text literally says restores 20 MP because that's what Ether does.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure this one in foil is just insane.
Oh, yeah, I can only imagine. I don't recall if we got any during the big opening. There were a lot of cards being thrown around.
Yeah.
But you can go back and watch that video and let us know.
Yeah,
but
please do.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, then behind our 3 uncommons is a rare in A Realm Reborn. So like I said, before we had one of the meld cards as our card behind the uncommons. Sometimes it just goes right to the rare. Sometimes we're going to get a card from the bonus sheet. Hopefully we'll see at least one of those among our 18 packs that we opened today. But still, A Realm Reborn, very cool. 6 mana enchantment, other permanents you control, tap to add 1 mana of any color. So if that's relevant to you, there you go. Behind our rare is not our foil. It is Jekt. We were just talking about Jekt, actually. So Jekt, Reluctant Guardian, flipping into Braska's Final Aeon. And now you can see that that other card was the alt art because this is the regular art. And this is a legendary enchantment creature, Saga Nightmare, on the other side.
Wow.
It is a 7/7.
Okay.
Really, really cool. So, behind that, our foil. Oh, yes. Look at how cool it is. It is a foil Omega Heartless Evolution. And I mean, what more could you ask for in a foil?
I know.
That is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And another uncommon foil, which is really sick. 7 mana, 8/8. Lots of expensive things in this kit so far. Expensive, big, bomby cards. Behind Omega, our land is a Wastes. I forgot to mention that you could get Wastes in this set.
Wow.
And all of the basics are full arts if you get a basic, including the Wastes. So here is a full art Wastes. Do I have to say Wastes again? As well as, look at our
Nice.
our art card for Queena. Is that her name? Queena Q Gourmet. Again, I'll do my best. I apologize for my pronunciation, but this is a fun card.
Yeah.
We have 4 more packs to go. So we're not quite halfway through. And we start with Ahriman. Again, flying.
great.
Yeah, I was going to say flying is good. A 3-mana 2/2 flying death touch that can also help you sack things to draw cards. What a great card. Great card, Ahriman is. Balam T-Rexar, speaking of good cards.
Yeah.
Very, very good. 6 mana, 6/6 trample. But again, talking about very expensive things, right? We have Diamond Weapon. We had, what was that, Omega? Yeah, Omega Heartless Evolution. Like, we've got expensive stuff here, y'all. If we can get some ramp, that would be pretty cool. We have Dragoon's Wyvern. More flying. A Galacat, more flying. Another Galacat, I should say. Suplex. So Casey, who helped me with the opening that I did on Tuesday, the store manager here at Champion, told me that this is, because this is from Final Fantasy VI, this is this character. The card is called Suplex. This character is about to suplex a ghost train.
Oh.
He is running at a train about to suplex it, because that is his attack. I mean, we've seen in 7 and 8, right, where Tifa is able to, like, pick up gigantic creatures and, like, body slam them or whatever, and even Angela the dog in 8 is able to jump at things and, like, spin them around no matter how big they are. So this is an example of this guy suplexing a damn train. So, and that's on the art.
Also a ghost train.
A ghost
it
train.
Probably doesn't even have like solid anything for him to grab onto or push or
And
anything.
yet somehow he figured it out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna assume he succeeded at it. Otherwise, why would they make the card?
It says, "The time has come to put my training to use," is the quote here as well.
His training.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. How dare you? We have another Adventurers Inn. Was complimenting you for that joke by giving you the card that you like. We have a Hilgigas. Again, more very expensive cards. Notably, cards like this, though, don't necessarily count as like a high drop in your deck, because if you have it early and you don't have the mana that you need, this cycles as for mountain cycling. And there's a cycle of that where one of each basic land type cycling. So that's really cool. This card is great. Hilgigas. Ooh, somebody call Casey. Holy crap. So here is one of those bonus sheet cards I was talking about. This is Emmett Selk Ashian. I mentioned Casey because Casey was waiting so desperately for us to open an Emmett Selk, and it took such a long time, and now we get one in our first pre-release kit. This bonus sheet is cards or characters or whatever you want to call it from Final Fantasy that are reskinned over Magic cards. So whereas this Hilgigus, right, its own unique card. It has not, I mean, maybe like mechanically it's a duplicate, but this card has never existed in Magic before. This card has. It's called Emmett Selk Ashian, but it has existed as Crick, son of Yawgmoth.
Oh, nice.
So this is the reskin of Crick, son of Yawgmoth as Emmett Selk Ashian, and like I said, we've got to make sure that we show this one to Casey for sure, because she loves him. So that is there. I think that takes up its own slot, so that's not like our first uncommon or anything. In fact, this maybe is our first uncommon in Magitech Armor. We have a Dark Knight's Greatsword. I didn't know Batman was in this set. And
Batman is everywhere.
Batman is everywhere.
He lives in the shadows.
That sounds right. That sounds right. He is the knight, I've heard.
Exactly.
And we have Valkyrie Aerial Unit as our third affinity for artifacts on this one, which means our next card, I believe it's our rare or mythic, is... It is a rare. Oh my god, this card is so good, man. Summon Primal Odin. So he costs 6 mana, he's a 5/3, and when he enters, right, it's a regular saga, you destroy a creature an opponent controls, which is good enough on its own. But then the second chapter on your next turn with him out says this creature gains, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. Nice. I can confirm, if you watched our stream, we lost to Primal Odin. Technically, I believe it was the same turn that we also took lethal damage anyway, or would have taken lethal damage anyway, but they had enough removal spells and stuff to like pile it up where we still lost to Primal Odin's second ability. Right. So you can absolutely make this thing work. And I mean, with Jecht and Emmett Selk, and I talked about black being like the primary color of Kuja and Squall combined together. So we can absolutely play Summon Primal Odin in this deck, and I think we should.
Yeah.
And that is our rare. We could have more than one rare in the pack, but I don't think so. I think we're on to our foil. We are. It is a foil common in Iron Giant. That is not a great foil. The giant itself looks okay. The armor or whatever in foil looks pretty cool. But
dark,
it is very, the art is so dark, which means the foil is so dark, which means it's not great. Our land is Trino, Dark City.
Now this is a foil I want.
Oh, okay, interesting. We'll have to check that out.
This would be a beautiful foil.
Well, hopefully we can get it. Like I said, these land slots can be foil or non-foil. Okay. So there's, I would argue, more of a chance of getting this particular card in foil than like this Iron Giant that we just got in foil, for example. And our token is a hero/wizard. Oh. Our other cards were art cards. Otherwise, I would have shown off the other side of those too. But we also have... We are now halfway through this one, and so we start with another Blazing Bomb. We saw one of these earlier, so obviously we now have 2. That's cool. We have another Fight On. That's notable if we're trying to play black. Noting that we have 2 Fight On is pretty good. You know what? I genuinely don't think I would play more than 2 of these, and I might not play more than 1. From trying to get creatures back from the graveyard, but it also depends if we're trying to like do a sacrifice type strategy or like go wide and like be super aggressive, then maybe I would, because I'd be more willing to like know that our graveyard would be fueled. Maybe like if we have like a mill strategy or something like that, like a self-mill strategy, then maybe. But right now I would, like I said, I'd play 1 because you would almost certainly gonna have creatures in our graveyard. But we have another Geisel Greens that's starting to look familiar. Another Magic Damper. Yep, this was the first pack all over again. This is new. A Cloud-Bound Moogle. Yeah. Interesting for sure. And this is this is the one with plane cycling. So I mentioned the cycle of them. So this is the plane cycling version. We have Blitzball. Very cool. Mana Rock. Ooh, so good.
Oh, I wanted this one.
It's so good. Also, it's just straight up Sir Conrad, which is an insane card. Yes. And it's in black, so even better, because we're trying to do a black deck, but like Golbez clad in darkness. The reskin of Sir Conrad the Grim. Very, very good. Oh my god.
I wanted this art because I think it's rad.
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I can't blame you for wanting it, and now we have it. We have a Samurai's Katana as our first uncommon. Very nice, with Job Select. The Job Select equipment in this set are absolutely incredible. They've worked out quite well for us. We have a Restoration Magic as our next uncommon. Pretty good one.
I love this art.
You do? Oh, yeah, the little kid or whatever.
Yeah, the little kid. And this shade of green is a shade of green in that you basically never see on Magic cards. So
Okay.
I just think it's really beautiful and bright and,
Sure.
striking compared to other cards. So.
I love it. We also have Titus Blitzball Star as our third uncommon. You haven't met him yet, but I know him. I know him personally. He and I, good pals.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Behind Titus, because these are our three uncommons, next we have another uncommon, but this one a flip card in Side Quest.
Oh.
So there are side quests in the set. We saw some during the streamer event, but not many. But it's an enchantment that when you complete the side quest, it flips.
Yeah.
And it flips into, hold on, there it is, Cooking Campsite. This one flips into a land. They don't all flip into lands, I don't believe. But this one flips into Cooking Campsite, a land, because you've caught a fish, so now you can cook it at the Cooking Campsite.
Of course.
Very, very flavorful and awesome. Literally and figuratively
Fish is
flavorful.
probably also flavorful.
So, yeah. You caught me.
No, they caught a fish.
Oh, God. Stop it. Very well done. And then our rare or mythic is Ishgard the Holy Sea. So this is a land, but this is a land with an adventure on it. So there is a set of lands in this set that have adventures on them. This one is Faith and Grief is the adventure. You can return up to 2 artifacts and or enchantments from your graveyard to your hand. So again, if we're going with a black based graveyard strategy and end up with enchantments in our graveyard, and don't forget enchantments are also creatures if they are saga creatures like Primal Odin or Primal Garuda or whatever. This can get them back because sometimes it'll say non-creature artifact and or enchantment. It doesn't here. So enchantment creatures would still count for that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you could use this Faith and Grief to get back enchantment creatures. They would also be valid targets for the Fight On that we saw earlier, the black card. Okay. So, but I have been thinking that we might want to go black-white. I have been thinking that. Because it would get a Squall, we could do both Primal Garudas, etc. Did you want to talk about this art?
I do have a question about
Please.
it.
Yeah.
Where are the holes?
Wow. You waited a long time for that joke. I like it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It took me a while of yapping for you to get to that point. I love that. That's hilarious. Never change, Amy. Behind it, our foil is a foil uncommon again in Realms Sketching.
I like that art a lot.
Me too.
That is so pretty.
And it's cool in foil too. The background, like the clouds in the background are great.
I love when the bright colored ones
Oh yeah.
are foil.
Yeah.
Then even when they're darker than the regular art, not too dark at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin it. Yeah.
Right.
And then behind it, our land is Charlayan, Nation of Scholars, as a blue-white land. Mm-hmm. And then our token, or art card, is a hero / elemental.
Ooh.
Look at that. They talk about colors.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Absolutely incredible. 2 packs to go in kit 1 of 3. Obviously, it's been cloud on the front of all these because they're play boosters. Now they don't do it. They used to do it where each pack would have there were 3 different arts that could be on the packs. Now, because there's 2 different kinds of packs, there's 1 set art for play boosters, 1 set art for collector boosters.
Aw, it's one of my cuties.
It's Namazu Trader. Amy loves this guy. The Fish Citizen. I have heard from good sources like our good friend and viewer Erica and Casey, when I was talking to her, that these folks are not to be trusted. But Amy would trust them because look at that face.
Exactly.
So there's the Namazu Trader. We have a Kikirn Merchant. We'll go ahead and try that one. Kikirn Merchant. We have a Precious Wanderings. New commons for us. Really nice. Slash of Light.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of these.
This is a good card, too. A Red Mage's Rapier, so another job select equipment. Good one.
This one's pretty good.
It is. It needs to be in the right deck still, because if you don't have a lot of non-creature spells, it's not great. Because it does nothing on its own except make a 1/1 if you don't have non-creature spells. But if you have non-creature spells, it's great. Absolutely great. World Map. as an artifact. There are certain decks that care about artifacts. It would not be the white-black deck necessarily, if that's what we're talking about here, but in general, blue-white, I think, cares about artifacts, so something relevant to look at. We have Gran Pulse Ochu, which is a very good card. 1/1 Death Toucher for 1 that scales, because late game you can tap 8 mana and give this thing +1/+1 for each permanent in your graveyard and just swing with a huge Death Toucher.
Sick.
Really, really cool card. We have The Final Days as our first uncommon. This art is haunting.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Yeah. That's literally, you see that in your nightmares.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then you get jolted awake.
Yes.
Like, huh.
Yeah. Casey was not a big fan of this one, for sure. For the art or what it depicted, like what she remembers from why it's here. But that's our first uncommon. We have Choco Comet.
Oh, that's a cool art.
So besides the Geisel greens, this is our first instance of like a real Chocobo basically being shown. So that's cool. The red Chocobo here.
Yes.
And it is very cool, I agree. As well as Adelbert Steiner. I love this dude. Look at that face. He's so fun. Yeah, I love it. So Adelbert Steiner is our third, which means behind it, our next card is another uncommon in Gaius von Balsar, I think. Again, that's how I'm going to choose to pronounce it. Gaius von Balsar, which is not a bad card. Not a bad card at all, but it's, like I said, just another uncommon. So then our rare or mythic is... Ooh... Whoa, why does he look so pleasant? It's Alt Art Cypher.
You think he looks pleasant?
You don't think he looks...
Horrifying.
Okay, so this is Cypher Almasi. Interestingly, we're not going to be able to play him, but he is, if you're unfamiliar with the games, he is kind of the counterpart to Squall. They do similar things, but not the exact same thing. He uses Fire Cross, and Squall uses Rough Divide, but basically their abilities are very similar because they are both similar fighters and use a similar weapon in that they both use, I forget what it's called, a gunblade. That's what it's called.
Yeah, but they're adversaries.
Yes, they are opposites of one another, basically. So, but I think the cards are depicting that they're like kind of on par with their abilities, but yeah, they're, like you said, they're adversaries against one another. This is the alt art scheme where it shows in the background, there's like a blank background, but the Roman numerals of the game that they are from is in the background.
Oh, wow.
So the V here for 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
Because Cypher and Squall are from Final Fantasy VIII.
I wish you could see it a little better, though.
Yeah, it depends on the art of like where the character is versus the number behind them. It's more obvious with other arts, I will say, in this scheme because there are many cards that are that way in the alt art. So
yeah, I just kind of wish they had pulled him down in the composition of the picture a little bit, so you could have seen at least the tops.
Yeah, just
of the numbers a little bit
right,
better.
and to see that like the V is a V as opposed to just multiple ones, because that's not how Roman numerals work. First of all. But I guess
that's how tallies work.
But I guess no, still not, because 5 in a row, the 5 would be a slash, right? So, but also it could be a 10, right? If the X, depending on how it's written, the 5 here could be a 10, and then it'll be 13, which is one of the options. So yeah, no, I get you totally.
12 people might see it as.
Maybe it depends. There's the 3, but
it's hard to tell.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes, and I get your point. I do not disagree with you. But so here is Alt Art Cypher Almasi. I do not think you make the deck, dude. I'm so sorry. Behind Cypher, our foil, yes, is a foil common in Slash of Light. Now, we talked about the fact that I'm leaning towards black and white right now, so this definitely gets in. The other one probably does as well.
I love this in foil.
Right?
It's a great art to begin with, but in foil, it is just beautiful.
Absolutely agree. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. Behind it, our land is finally a foil land. We have Baron Airship Kingdom.
That's a great one in foil as well.
I have to agree. That whole background is amazing. The like sunset almost, or whatever you want to call it. The sunrise, sunset art there. Really, really nice.
Very nice.
And a hero / Moogle token. Adorable. Yes, very. Our last pack of kit 1 of 3. I feel like we've been doing this for a while. Thanks so much for sticking with us, everybody. But we get to like actually take our time and look at these. The big opening that I did on Tuesday or on Thursday that came out for all of you was a lot quicker. We kind of just went right to the rare because we opened so many packs. But here we actually had to like look at each individual card and like talk about like what we would want to play if we opened this kit at pre-release itself and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right, so we have Summon GF Ifrit. So that is really cool. Ifrit's great. This is from Final Fantasy VIII as well. Talked about a lot of Final Fantasy VIII stuff. We have Araman again. I think both of these absolutely get in. We have another Balam T-Rexar. I really wish we could play them, but a lot of big stuff in green. Basically, what we obviously could do is if we look at our white and black and notice that like we don't have much top end and we feel like we don't have many win cons, we could maybe switch white with green and try to go like low-end black, high-end green kind of a thing.
Okay, interesting.
To try to help us get there that way, where black is like our support color with removal and stuff like that.
Right.
And then green is just big stompy creatures that kill you.
Right.
So, anyway, we'll see. We have another Dragoon's Wyvern. Okay. Another Galacat. Lots of flying. Another Adventurer's Inn. 3 Adventurer's Inns in this kit alone, Amy.
Wow.
I feel like this is your fault. We have another Iron Giant.
The Realtor's Curse.
It's the Realtor's Curse. You're totally right. You're totally right. We have 3 Iron Giants now. Again, very expensive. We have Aquina Q Gourmet. Again, we got the art card of this earlier. Now we have the actual card itself. Legendary creature Q. We have Lionheart. Very appropriate. Should go in the deck with Squall, just because this is Squall's ultimate weapon that helps him get his ultimate limit break, which is really nice.
I also wanted to point out, and that looks beautiful.
Yes, it does.
I also wanted to point out that as soon as you named the card, you guys probably couldn't hear this, but thunder rumbled
outside. That's great.
You like pulled the last one away, and it was Squall, and it was just thunder.
Well, right now he's using the sword, not casting thunder magic, but no, that is really cool. We have Rufus Shinra as our 3rd uncommon. This is from 7. We know this guy.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, and it's during the fight that you have with Rufus Shinra, because he's got the cat or whatever with him as well.
Yeah.
I'll control the world with fear. It takes too much to do it like my old man.
Wow.
His old man was dead. Anyway, spoilers, I guess. This guy, he very much is a douche. You're totally right. Which means behind Rufus Shinra, our next card is a rare in the Darkness Crystal. So there is yes, it is. There's a cycle of crystals in this set. I mean, it talked about on the box. It said something about doing stuff with crystals, but. So this is the Darkness Crystal. There's all 5 of them here for one for each color, and they all do the main basic ability of that color spell costs 1 less to cast for you. Then it does other things, as you see this one does. But yeah, it does that, which is pretty great. And that is our rare. I think we're going to have another rare or mythic behind this.
Before you
please.
I just want to say, like, this is so much prettier in real life than it is on Arena.
Oh, okay. Because we saw this during the streamer event.
Yeah,
okay.
And I feel like I haven't like noticed that for any of the other cards but this one.
Okay. That's cool.
So every once in a while, there's like one that really stands out to me as like looking drastically different in real life than it did on Arena. And
okay.
This is the one, it seems like.
Love it.
This set.
Love it, love it. Okay. So behind the Darkness Crystal, we have Absolute Virtue, our first mythic. By the way, did we note it's the Darkness Crystal? It's a black card again. So we have another black rare, which is insane to me. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. But yeah, we have Absolute Virtue as a mythic.
That is gorgeous.
I love this art.
Wow.
Truly love it. But it's also 8 mana for an 8/8 flying that can't be countered, and you have protection from each of your opponents.
Wow.
Wow. That is really, really cool. So we're probably not going to be able to play this, although we should maybe try. I don't know. I think we should stick with our black strategy, probably black-white, maybe black-green, and you should let us know in the comments what you think. But we're not done yet. Behind Absolute Virtue, our foil, because we still haven't gotten our foil yet, is a Loporit Scout, a common foil, which is pretty great. Look at that. We have a full art island, our first basic land, not counting wastes, but our first regular basic land is an island, and then an art card again for Lock Cole. Isn't that cool? Okay, so that is kit 1. Like I said, I think I would play black and white. I would do Squall, I would do Jekt, Summon Primal Odin, the Darkness Crystal, Emmett Selk, Sir Conrad, all that fun stuff. I think I would try white with Primal Garuda, double Primal Garuda. We have the land as well. Maybe if we try to splash blue, I think we got the white-blue land, right? So we should do this. Oh, we got the black-blue land as well.
Yes,
we absolutely splash Absolute Virtue. My bad. That definitely happens. No question in my mind. Okay, never mind. That's my thought. And I would love, as always, for folks to give me their opinions in the comments down below. Next is Kit 2. Here we are. Like I said, obviously the kits are exactly the same, so I don't need to show you anything more of this outer box, because we saw it all already, and we will just go on to the die. First of all, oh, interesting.
Oh.
Why? What?
Huh.
The set symbol, the FF is on here, but it wasn't on here. Why?
Maybe they do like 50% with the Planeswalker symbol and 50% with the FF.
That's so weird.
That is weird.
Oh, I don't like that at all. Just give me the FF one. I don't need the Planeswalker symbol. What the hell is that about?
The FF one looks.
You don't? I mean, I think it's fine. All right, so all these packs go off to the side. We already know what the inserts look like. Oh my god. Our promo foil mythic is Kefka, Court Mage.
Ooh.
I have to open this. I have to. Because the other thing is, I don't know, I mean, we've gotten 2 now in a row because of the first kit, but Kefka is another flip card as our promo, which means that it's a double-sided foil, because all foils, if it's a flip card, are foil on both sides. This is only stamped on the front face, by the way, but Kefka Court Mage in foil is amazing. Foil mythic, promo foil mythic.
That is so beautiful.
Right? Now, if we want to play him, we have to be Grixis, blue, black, red. But I mean, that's not the end of the world, necessarily. And then Kefka flips into Kefka, Ruler of Ruin.
Okay.
Seems okay, huh? That is crazy. All right, well, like I said, we're going to try to play that, I suppose. But if the kit isn't supporting us in that, I will move away from it, right? I'm not that stubborn. But we'll see what we can do. This is a good start with Magic Damper. We have another Galacat, Summon GF Ifrit, Ahriman, very nice, okay, Balam T-Rexar, White Auracite, very good removal spell in white, love that. Lunatic Pandora, I do not hate this card from Final Fantasy VIII, pretty good. Ooh, another of the reskins in Vaughn Aspiring Sky Pirate. He's from Final Fantasy XII, and a lot of these reskins are going to be arts from the games, like ripped from the games themselves. So the artist on the bottom of this card is listed as Square Enix, because while they're not specifically the artist, they made the game, and so yeah, Square Enix is the artist. But this is a reskin of Captain Lannery Storm and is a very good card.
Nice.
So very nice reskin there from the bonus sheet. Love that. Our first uncommon is Adelbert Steiner again. So funny. We have a cargo ship, not bad, and a Gaius von Balsar. Again, good cards. All of our uncommons? No, not Adelbert, but the cargo ship and Gaius are both Grixis colored, so that's good to know, as is Vaughn, by the way. So that's perfect. Behind it, by the way, that's 3 uncommons. We have our rare or mythic, I assume. Yes, our rare is the Lunar Whale.
Whoa. What?
The Lunar Whale. It's a flying whale. Legendary artifact vehicle. And it's a 3/5 Lunar Whale.
How does a creature such as that propel itself in air?
Magic. It flaps its tail like a whale would to swim, but through the air.
Thing.
Yeah, oh yeah. So this is really, really cool. And again, it's all still in our Grixis colors. So behind it, our foil, yes, is a foil Fight On, a common foil. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, behind Fight On is our land, Trino City, which helps us in Grixis. What a wonderful open so far. Pack 1, super helpful. We have a hero / Moogle again. Very nice. Kefka, I think you're gonna get there, my friend. Looks good so far. I won't lie. I mean, to be fair, it's 3 colors, right? So a lot of the cards that we're going to see, more than half, it should be statistically, are going to be in our colors. So hopefully it means that we'll be spoiled for choice and we'll have to make cuts instead.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. So we have another Galacat. We have Suplex. Not bad. We have Namazu Trader. There you go. Your friend Namazu Trader. Prisha's Wanderings. A Kikiran Merchant.
I wonder if this Suplex was like a precursor to Suplex City. They have towns in this set.
Oh my God. I was going to say, yes, I'm sure Brock Lesnar is an avid Final Fantasy player. I know Ronda Rousey plays Pokemon, but let's not go crazy.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
is.
You're right. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, though. Brock Lesnar, please don't eat me. Let's move on. We have Loporit Scout. Yeah. It's another reskin. This one is Ragavan? Holy shit. What? We have Zidane Tribal, a.k.a. Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. I've heard this card's good.
Yeah,
Holy crap. Oh my God. Okay. And it's in our colors. That's so gross.
And this art is cute as heck.
Yes, it is. Very, very cute. I agree. That's awesome. Okay. And this is a Japanese alt art.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Hey, we talked about it with Suplex. This is the Phantom Train, Amy, that he is suplexing in the art.
I see.
So here's Phantom Train. Very, very cool. That's our first uncommon. Ring of the Luci is the second uncommon. And Shantoto, Tactician Magician, is the third.
I love that. Tactician Magician.
Tactician Magician. And it's in our colors still. Really, really awesome. Wow, we're getting hooked up with Kefka here. Love it. Which means our next card, could be a rare or mythic, is another uncommon in Side Quest Play Blitzball.
Nice.
So if you play Blitzball, it flips into World Champion Celestial Weapon. So this is, Amy won't understand any of this. This is Waka's ultimate weapon, I believe. So there you go. It becomes, and it uses double overdrive when you use it. So that's really cool. Behind it, now our rare mythic is From Father to Son. Not in our colors if we're going Grixis, but that's okay. The card's fine. And we don't really, there's not like amazing vehicles that we've seen yet. So that's totally fine. But that is our rare, our foil. Whoa. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, what is that?
It's a foil mythic Knights of the Round. It's Knights of Round, but this is from Final Fantasy VII, if you recall. This is this says it's from, 7. This is the ultimate
I remember
summon.
it.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah, it's insane. Absolutely insane. And it's a mythic, and we just got it in foil.
That sword, man.
So by the way,
So good.
chapters 1 through 4 on this are to create 3 2/2 White Knight creature tokens. And then chapter 5 is that other creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn, and put an indestructible counter on each of them.
Oh. What?
Yeah, because this card's insane. It's 8 mana, but still.
Okay.
And we can't play it if we're playing Grixis.
Right.
But I'm super happy that we have this in foil. That's insane.
And that is such a beautiful foil.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. That sword in general with and by the way, this is Knights of the Round Table. So this is King Arthur here in the middle.
Nice.
Really, really awesome. We then have a foil full art mountain because this kit is insane. Gorgeous foil full art mountain. Absolutely gorgeous. And we have Squall art card. Squall Seed Mercenary in the Japanese alt art. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, that is pack 2 of 6 in this kit. And I mean, we already have 2 foil mythics. So, in this kit alone. We have Dragoon's Wyvern. You really picked a good one here, Amy. Nice job. Amy picked the kits today, everybody, for that we were going to open. So the first one was all about the Adventurer's Inns. This one was for the value. I get it.
That's how I do.
It's like, I want these little houses and then foil mythics. All right, so Dragoon's Wyvern is first. Cloud-Bound Moogle. Suplex again. Namazu Trader again. Airship Crash. So this is the version of Plummet in this set that Amy loves. So there you go, you did it. Retrieve the Esper. We have Crossroads Village. So here's a town for you.
Yeah, perfect.
We have Orin's Inspiration as our first uncommon. A Travel the Overworld as the second. And Al Bed Salvagers as the third, which means our next card is... Ooh, it's a alt art for Ambrosia Whiteheart, an uncommon.
Nice.
Really, really cool. I mean, I know Amy doesn't like birds. That's our...
I like ambrosia, though.
Okay, there. That's right. We talked about
I
that.
like ambrosia.
We talked about that. That's true. That's true. And then now our rare or mythic is a rare in Summoner's Grimoire, which we cannot play in this deck, but that's totally okay. This will still work out for us. Don't you worry. Behind Summoner's Grimoire, oh, and it's a job select card too. Our foil is Paladin's Arms, a foil common.
Ooh, that is pretty.
Right? Very pretty.
Maybe common, but it is pretty.
It's gorgeous, yeah. It looks like they have wings, basically.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
That's not what that is?
I don't know.
Well, maybe it's like explosions of energy.
I don't know, because it doesn't give flying. It gives ward 1, so maybe that's because they have the sword and the shield.
Okay.
Because it's Lightbringer and Hero's Shield. So the Lightbringer is probably the wing-looking things are probably from the sword, which is Lightbringer.
Yeah.
Our land is Gone, Town of Ruin. Okay, not bad, not bad. And we have a hero/horror token.
Ah.
So the final days or whatever it was that we saw before.
Let's see if I think it's cute.
I mean, I don't know about that.
No.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
I'm not horrified by it, but it's not cute.
We're halfway through kit 2. And we have next a Slash of Light to start. Slash of Light. Black Mage's Rod. Red Mage's Rapier. There we go. Airship Crash again.
It's not a mage.
Retrieve the Esper. Vane's Treachery. Another Adventurer's Inn.
Yeah.
We now have a playset of them. Obviously not in one kit, but we now have a playset of Adventurer's Inn. It's Ultros, Amy.
Yeah.
Obnoxious Octopus.
I love it.
He's obnoxious, though.
I don't care.
You don't care?
I love it.
And we could play it in this deck because it's Grixis colors. We have Dragoon's Lance as our second uncommon. This card's incredible. Although if we're...
I love that blue. It's like very striking.
Yeah, and it gives flying, which is really... Oh, during your turn, equipped creature has flying, which is pretty nice. And Colosseum Behemoth. Big boy. Which means our next card is a Crystal Fragment, so it's a flip card, and it's an uncommon. And you know what he flips into? Or do you remember what this flips into? It flips into Summon Alexander.
Whoa.
We have used Summon Alexander in both Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII. And our rare or mythic is Kuja again, Genome Sorcerer, non-foil, this time around, flipping into Trance Kuja, Fate Defied. Now, you may have seen it there for a second. Oh, by the way, we can play this one, green and black, or black and red, in our Grixis colors. Behind it, our foil is Golbez, Crystal Collector Foil Rare, which we can also play because it is blue-black. And it's foil Golbez. So we got the alt art Golbez, which was the Sir Conrad last time, and this is his actual card in the set.
Gotcha.
Golbez Crystal Collector, which looks pretty okay in foil. I mean, obviously, like the magic here and the magic there, magic there, magic everywhere, magic.
The Gathering.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our foil, which is awesome. Another foil rare / mythic. We have a full art island as well. And a hero / robot warrior.
Nice.
Next, we have
The thunder rumbles.
Yeah, it really does. I don't know if you all can hear that. It's been going a lot. It's like a little unsettling. We have Fate of the Suncrest.
We're going to open good cards.
I hope. I mean, we already have. What else do you want?
More.
Fate of the Suncrest is incredible.
Beautiful.
I love that art. Another Red Mage's Rapier. Another Black Mage's Rod. They're both in our colors. Another Precious Wanderings. A Kikiran Merchant again. A Laughing Mad. First one of these that we've seen.
Yeah.
This is a very good card. Discard a card to draw 2, and it's got flashback as well. Then we have... That was a very loud roll of thunder.
Sounds like people are shooting at us with cannons.
We have an Adventurer's Airship. Ooh, yes. It's so pretty.
Oh my gosh.
It's so pretty.
That is wonderful.
The reskin of Stroke of Midnight in Memories of Nibelheim. So good. So good. Not for this deck, but still great. We have a Ride the Shoe Puff as our first uncommon. Still in green, unfortunately, but that's fine. We have a Self-Destruct. And a Phoenix Down. Yeah. Very iconic for Final Fantasy, our Phoenix Downs. Really, really great. And then our next card, after our 3 uncommons, I assume we're at Rare or Mythic because we had one of the bonus sheet cards, is the Darkness Crystal again. Different kit, so we don't get 2, and it's legendary, so you wouldn't get 2 on the field at the same time anyway. But if we're playing Grixis, it should get in. It's pretty good. We also have as our foil an Item Shopkeep. Gorgeous foil, actually. Look at that. The light coming in from the window there. Mm-hmm. Really nice. And some of the items on the shelf, like the swords and weapons and stuff.
For sure.
Really, really nice. And our land is Insomnia, Crown City.
Oh, there's the city for the suplex.
Suplex City. We do have 2 suplexes already, so yeah, you're right. You're right. There you go. We found it, everybody. And a hero/bird. So this is a chocobo, but it's a bird token because they're not going to make creature type chocobo, but that's a good thing because it means that it can play in existing bird strategies, which does exist. It is a thing that I just said. We have Fate of the Suncrest. A Mysidian Elder, which does make 0/1 black wizards, which are cool. We haven't seen a ton of cards, at least I don't think. Maybe the Black Mage's Rod makes the wizards, but yeah, we've seen some cards that do it, and this is one of them, where the wizards say whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. So if you just build up a bunch of wizards, every time you cast a non-creature spell, each of them pings your opponent for 1.
Awesome.
We have Hecdies.
Ugh, I don't like this one.
First Hecdies we've seen. Ooze Horror. So there you go. You're horrified by this one.
Yeah.
We have a Summon Fat Chocobo.
Yeah.
So this is the alternate for folks that haven't played Final Fantasy VII. This is the alternate summon if you summon Chocomog, which is also a summon in the set. It's an uncommon, I believe. When you would summon Chocomog, sometimes you would just get Fat Chocobo instead. So here is Summon Fat Chocobo from Final Fantasy VII. You have Sage's Newliths as an equipment with Job Select. We have Syncopate as a counterspell. Vincent's Limit Break.
Yeah.
So this is another modal card. It's an instant. It's not a modal card. It's tiered. You choose 1 additional cost. So you play it for 2, and then you can either pay 0 and have an effect, 1 more and have an effect, or 3 more and have an effect. And obviously they are tiered, so when you pay 0, it's a lower effect, middle effect, and high effect.
Gotcha.
We have our first uncommon is Gyat, King of the Dwarves.
I like it.
Good. We can't play it in this deck, but he looks cool.
Yeah.
He's a dwarf noble because he's a king.
His facial hair is awesome.
Yeah, he's got a really great beard and mustache. Our second uncommon is Poison the Waters. I'll steal Amy's joke from our streamer event and say Woody from Toy Story would not be pleased with you, but please feel free to poison the waters, I guess. And Coral Sword, another very good this is not a job select one, but when it enters, it auto-equips to something, so that's nice.
Just to be clear, we don't actually support that viewpoint.
God, no. Please don't poison the water hole.
Poison anything,
Bad.
preferably anything.
Yeah, agreed. Behind our sword, our next card is probably one of the fancy ones. Yeah, okay, it's not a fancy one, but it's another uncommon in Swallowed by Leviathan.
Whoa.
Very cool.
with his inside of his mouth?
Yeah, see the teeth?
Yeah.
And there's a ship in there.
Dude, that's what that is?
Yeah, it's a whole ass ship. Yeah, it's great. So next, our rare or mythic is Genova.
Yes.
Ancient Calamity. Amy loves her hair.
I wanted this card so badly. Like, I just think this is so pretty.
It is pretty. Which is funny because when we played through... Oh my god. Sorry, that thunder was very loud. I hope you heard it. Anyway, when we played through 7, I would never have thought that the word pretty would come out of anyone's mouth in relation to Genova.
No, agreed. But they made Genova look very pretty on this card.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, and behind our rare Genova, our foil is a foil uncommon in Side Quest Catch a Fish. Very, very cool. And obviously we know it's double-sided. It flips into Cooking Campsite, which is also really cool looking in foil.
This is a nice foil.
Yeah, it's a cute card. It makes sense. Yeah. I like it. Behind it, we have our full art swamp as a land with this dragon on it.
Hell yeah.
Really cool. And our art card is Together Forever in the Japanese alt art.
That's pretty.
Really, really pretty. Wow. Love that. Okay. Well, that is kit 2. I mean, I want to go Grixis, if that's unclear. If you think that Summon Knights of the Round or Knights of Round is good enough that we should play this instead, let me know how. Like, what 2 colors should we play, or 3 colors, or whatever. But otherwise, I would love to try to get Kefka Court Mage to work and just play Grixis. But, like I said, let us know in the comments down below what you would play if you opened this kit for yourself.
Of course, the one I'm excited about is Tifa sitting on the...
the Memories of Nibelheim, sitting on the water tower or whatever? Yeah. Really, really pretty. Gorgeous.
So cool.
Just gorgeous. I can't disagree with you there. Okay, so that is 2 of 3 kits. Next, our third and final kit let's see what it has in store for us. I mean, we've already opened busted stuff. Amy, you did an incredible job picking that last kit for sure. Holy crap, that was good.
So glad.
Wow. We get the white D20 with the FF again.
Oh, great.
So I don't understand what was going on with the red one, but here we are, I guess. Right. That doesn't stay on camera. These stay on camera. We have the 6 packs. These get out of the way. And maybe all of them are. Maybe all of the promos are flip promos.
Oh, yeah.
Because this one is as well.
That's what I assumed when 2 of them were.
Well, now we have all 3. Obviously, we will be able to better confirm this weekend, but you're more than welcome to let us know if you know definitively in the comments down below. But this is one of the coolest foils. Xenos Ye Galvis is our foil.
Oh, yeah.
So now that looks really cool.
Yeah.
But it's a flip card. And it flips into Shinryu Transcendent Rival, and that is insane looking in foil. Holy crap, that's so cool. Wow, it's gorgeous. I mean, this is a great card. Does it mean that I want to definitively play black, like, no matter what else we have? Not necessarily, but it's a very good card. If we're anywhere near black, I will definitely play it, don't get me wrong. Hey, look, very appropriate for what's happening outside right now. It's Thunder Magic. So this is a tiered card as well. Thunder, Thundera, or Thundaga, or Thundara, or Thundaga. We have Undercity Dire Rat, Blitzball Shot, Combat Tutorial, Magitech Infantry, Gran Pulse Ochu again, which means, yeah, look at that. It is another reskin, Hero of Light, which is a reskin of Adeline Resplendent Cathar.
Oh, Adeline's awesome.
Yeah, this is a great card.
That is beautiful, my god.
Very good artwork, very, very good. Apparently from Final Fantasy III. Very nice. We have a cargo ship behind it. Yeah, just the contrast. Like, look at this. Look at the difference between these 2 cards. It's insane. Anyway, sorry.
It's hard to believe they're from the same set.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or the same game, even.
Right, exactly.
We have cargo ship as our first uncommon. Gaius von Balsar, is the second. And Ride the Shoe Puff is the third.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this rare. Yeah, it's cute. Our rare or mythic, it looks kind of cool. Oh, very cool. This is not our rare or mythic, interestingly. And this is a common, not an uncommon. I was wrong about it before, but here is Summon Chocomog.
Nice.
And this is the alt art for Chocomog. So that's really cool that we get it in alt art / extended art or borderless or whatever you want to call it. Wark Kupo, because the Moogles Wark or Kupo anyway. Behind it, our rare mythic is Zodiark Umbral God.
Whoa.
5 black mana for a 5/5 indestructible god. When he enters, each player sacrifices half the non-god creatures they control of their choice, rounded down, and whenever a player sacrifices another creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Zodiark.
Wow.
And it came with Xenos.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we're in black again. Holy crap. Our foil is Lindbloom Industrial Regency, which is one of the rare lands with an adventure. So first of all, it's a foil rare, and the adventure is to create an 0/1 black wizard for 3 mana, which is great. And then this land enters tapped and adds a red. We also have a full art forest, gorgeous, and the Tactician Magician, Shan Toto, Tactician Magician.
Wow, that is such a pretty art.
Right? And now we have it regular and like a regular card and an art card as well.
Yeah, and as an art card, you can like really tell how pretty it is. When it's small like that on a card.
Yeah.
It's a little harder to tell.
I agree with that. Damn it, why did I have to open one of these?
Do you not like these?
I just don't like pronouncing it. It's a Coeurl or something like that. Again, if you want to try to phonetically tell me how to pronounce it in the comments, you're always more than welcome. We have Call the Mountain Chocobo. I was so tired of seeing these things during the streamer event because this card is very good, and I was, like I said, just tired of seeing it. We have a Qutrub Forayer or something. I think that's Qutrub. A Goobu Gardener.
I love this one.
Amy does love this one, and it's a mana dork. It's a good card.
It's so cute.
It is kind of cute. We have a Scorpion Sentinel. This card is actually a lot better than it seems. It's a 1/4 that sits around and is annoying, and then eventually just becomes a 4/4 later once you have enough land. It's super frustrating to deal with, yeah. Sowagin, which is a thing from D&D as well. I don't know who came up with it first. Again, if you know, let me know in the comments. But yeah, this is a Sowagin, which is not a bad card as well. We have Instant Ramen.
Yeah.
Zach Fair. This is a good card as our first uncommon.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, he's great. Summon Esper Ramu is our second uncommon and another saga creature. And Elixir is the third. Wow. What do you think of this art? I feel like you would love this.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I like it a lot.
It seems very old school to me, art-wise, but it actually, it's by one of the Japanese artists. So I know that Casey was trying to school me a little bit on the history of like the particular Japanese styles from Final Fantasy that they got certain famous Final Fantasy artists or whatever to do some of the arts for this set. So if you have more information, you folks watching me, on this artist in general and like why their style is so different and why they were chosen, please let me know because we would be very interested in that.
Yeah.
Amy is more of the art expert around here than I, but still something that would be cool to hear about.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like it was done with watercolors.
Maybe.
You know, or maybe even like watercolor colored pencils where you sort of like you'd pick like this little area here and color it with the pink colored pencil and then you'd add water to kind of smear
oh,
you know?
Cool. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay.
So that's what I'm getting from this. But
I like it. Okay.
yeah, but yeah, guys, anything you know, we would love to hear in the comments.
Please help us learn. We love learning. And then our next card, because that was 3 uncommons. Our next card is another uncommon in Sid, Timeless Artificer.
Nice. We
But
got Sid.
Not only do we get Sid, there are multiple, like up to 16 different arts for Sid in the set.
What? How is that even?
He's timeless. And so But we got the art from Final Fantasy VII, which is very appropriate as one of the 2 games that Amy has played. I mentioned that we would talk about it later. Let's talk about it now. If you are interested in Final Fantasy gameplay, if you've either never played the games before and you want to check out 2 of the more popular ones, we have a full playthrough of Final Fantasy VII, which is a blind playthrough for Amy, as well as a most of the way playthrough of 8, and we will be finishing that very soon. The rest will be coming out soon over on Video Games for All, link in the description down below. Also, though, if you are an experienced player, the whole point of Video Games for All in general is Amy playing games that she has never experienced before, and so that includes Final Fantasy VII and 8, so you get to see a new player as an adult experience that game for the first time ever, which is really, really cool.
Okay, so before you...
Please.
Okay, so he's timeless. So does that mean he's in every Final Fantasy game?
I have no comment on that.
Oh.
You know that he's in 7 and 8.
Yes,
Let's put it that
he
way.
is in both of them. But
So-
lots of, like, the GFs and things.
Yeah, the summons and
both
stuff,
of
sure.
them,
Yeah. But he's a character, not a summon, right? So
Right.
it's a little bit different, but yeah.
And I wasn't sure if it was just a different person named Sid, to be honest.
Okay,
with you.
well, there you go.
Okay.
Then I guess we'll find out when we play 10, which will likely be the next one that we play, just because we own it and it's easier to do that. But anyway, we'll have to see. Tune in on Video Games for All. Link, like I said, link in the description down below. Yeah, of course. But our rare or mythic is Jumbo Cactuar. This card killed us. We went to negative 10,000 once during the streamer event. Only once, but it happened. But yeah, this card is cool, and if you do go watch our Final Fantasy VIII playthrough, you may see us face this thing eventually. This thing sucks. Holy crap, this fight was awful. So like I said, go check it out on the channel when it comes up. Behind Jumbo Cactuar, our foil, yes, is a foil common in Gigantode. Does not look that good in foil. No, it's kind of dark.
Very
not
dark.
great. Behind Gigantode is another Insomnia Crown City.
Beautiful.
Okay, well, if we want to splash white or play black and white, we can do that now. Or more easily now. We could do it whatever the hell we want. We have another hero / wizard. So here's those 01 wizards. Very cool.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. 4 packs to go. We're 1/3 of the way through our final kit for this video. A warrior's sword. This is the first one of these we've seen. This is a great card. And this is one of the job select equipments. Very, very good. We have Resentful Revelation. First one of these we've seen as well. It's a good one. Chocobo Kick. Wow. Like a lot of new commons here for us.
Yeah.
And good ones too.
Right.
Dreams of Laguna. Yeah, all of them. All of them incredible.
All of them are new.
We used
I
many
love
of
this
these.
art.
Yeah, incredible.
So cool.
Yeah, and it's the woman playing the piano, remember? We have another Paladin's Arms. Okay, another a duplicate finally. A Sawagan. Monk's Fist. First one of these we've seen as well with Job Select. Rydia's Return is our first uncommon. Gorgeous art on this one too. The greens. Eden, Seat of the Sanctum, is the second. And Lock Cole is the third.
Wow.
Which means our next card is Barrett Wallace.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so that is
Love me some Barrett.
That's right. So it's another uncommon. Yeah, again, go check out our Final Fantasy VII playthrough. You'll see how much Amy loves Barrett and why Amy loves Barrett. And then our rare or mythic is Summon Brynhilder. A summon that you have not seen yet in the games because they were not in 7 or 8. But here is Summon Brynhilder. Not bad at all. Behind it, we have our foil in Dragoon's Wyvern. That's not a bad foil. Look at that.
That's very nice.
Right? Super pretty. Okay. Behind it, our land is a foil full art swamp.
Ooh, that's a cool foil.
Oh, gorgeous. And like this helps a little bit, the darkness, because like it like kind of silhouettes it almost, you know?
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Very sort of haunting.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And a hero / Moogle token again. Halfway through, 3 more packs to go. We get, there's the regular art for Chocomog.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is that the, did we get both of those in this one? I don't remember. Now I don't remember. If we did, it might be worth trying to play black-white, because that would be really cool. Chocomog is a good card. And it's not something that I noted, which I thought was a little odd of a choice for them to do. The summons are not legendary. So you can have 2 Chocomogs on the field at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, a little flavor fail, in my opinion, a little bit, but pretty cool. We have an item shopkeep again, non-foil this time. A Marlboro with its bad breath. And of course, that's literally the first 2 words in the text box, because that's the most famous part of Marlboro. They suck to fight against. They suck. Because bad breath really does a number on your entire party.
Right.
And so sure enough, bad breath in the context of this card means that you, if your opponent plays it against you, you discard a card, you lose 2 life, and you exile the top 3 cards of your library.
Wow.
And this is the Swamp Cycler as well, so it's just a great card. Absolutely a great card.
So what we learn is don't smoke, kids.
Yes, that is 100% what we've learned. That will always be true. But if we're playing Zodiark and Xenos, Marlboro 100% gets in. What an incredible card. We have Bard's Bow as well. Another job select card. Very good one, too. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. I like this one. Good removal spell. And cool art, too. We have White Mage's Staff.
I love this one.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And it, whenever they attack, you gain a life, and it gives +1/+1, and it's job select. It's all good stuff. Ooh. Oh. We have another reskin card in Baron Rivalry, a.k.a. Deadly Dispute. Which is good. This is usually like a common level card, I believe, whereas Adeline's like a rare and Ragavan's a mythic. So you can get any kind of reskinned card. They're really, really cool. Which means into our uncommons, we have Self-Destruct, another one of those. This art is nuts. The colors are great. Phoenix Down again, very nice. And Realms Sketching. So there you go, the non-foil version.
Right.
Which means our next card is another uncommon in Vanille. Now, notably, we got a Vanille earlier.
Yes.
So as we saw, a Vanille flips into Ragnarok, Divine Deliverance, the top half. Amy?
Well, before we move on,
Oh, yes, please.
I just wanted to point out
For Ragnarok or for Vanille?
Vanille.
Give me a sec.
I just wanted to point out that it is Pride Month. And one of our viewers told us that Vanille is a lesbian.
That's right.
So
Happy Pride.
happy Pride.
That's right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Behind it, this card, I can't believe we got it, is Emmett Selk. Unsundered, alt art, mythic.
Very nice.
Alt art flip mythic. Because Emmett Selk flips into Hades, Sorcerer of Eld.
I'm familiar with this character, but it seems very cool.
So am I, but Casey is not, and was very excited to have opened this. So we will go and show this to her to appropriately close that chapter for Casey to have seen as many Emmett Selks as possible for her. That's really, really cool that we got this, though. What are its 2 colors? Blue and black? Yeah, we at least splash for Emmett Selk here. Absolutely do it. No question. That is really great. Behind Emmett Selk, our foil is a side quest Play Blitzball.
Nice.
Very nice. I love that. Okay. That looks really cool. Mm-hmm. And it is double-sided. So on the other side, ooh, yeah, really nice foil. World Champion Celestial Weapon. Very awesome. Okay. We have a Full Art Swamp and a Hero/Horror token again.
Nice.
2 more packs to go, everybody.
Almost done.
This opening is nuts. I'm so pleased with what we've gotten so far.
Another new one.
Yeah, Sabotender. Do you like this guy?
I do.
Good, I'm glad. It's a good card, too, by the way. Cornered by Black Mage is another one that's a good card and new that we haven't seen yet today. Commune with Beavers. How could we have done this whole video without communing with beavers, everybody?
Good question.
Oh, my boy. It's an Ice Flan. I can't believe we hadn't seen this card yet. I love this card. Of course we get a second one of these, though. Coearl. Call the Mountain Chocobo. Magic Pot. An artifact creature, Goblin Construct.
Yes.
Do you see him in there?
Yeah.
So this is, we've seen this in other games, but this is listing it as from Final Fantasy V, but it just says, the flavor text just says, gimme elixir. And if you give it whatever it asks for, if you use that item on it, it like thanks you by giving you more prizes or items or rewards or something like that, or experience maybe. We have a Clash of the Icons as our first uncommon.
Ooh.
This is a good card, a fight spell, and a good one, like I said. We have a Magitech Armor again as the second, and a Random Encounter as the third.
Oh.
Random Encounter is fun, very meta. I like it.
Yes.
Oh, look, a Malboro's back there. Oh, and an Iron Giant, too.
Cool.
Very cool. And actually, like, seemingly colored correctly is the Iron Giant back there. So our card behind our 3 uncommons is a rare in Starting Town.
That is beautiful.
It is very beautiful. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. And it is from Final Fantasy I.
Wow.
Really, really cool. Behind that rare, we have another rare in Vincent Valentine. We talked about wanting to play black. Here's Vincent in black.
I can't even see him.
He's just got a big-ass cloak.
Okay.
But he flips into Galleon Beast, which is his limit break form, or one of his limit break forms.
Oh, no.
Trample lifelink 3/2. When it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped front face up as Vincent. And Vincent can flip into Galleon Beast whenever he attacks. You can choose to flip him or not.
That's so cool.
Amy, speaking of so cool, I feel like you're going to be very happy with our foil. Restoration Magic.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Love that kiddo.
That is gorgeous in foil, too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You talked about those greens. Now you have them in foil, too. Mm-hmm. Really, really nice.
Beautiful.
Behind Restoration Magic, our land is a Rabanaster Royal City.
Ooh. There we go.
And our art card, oh, yeah, is Heidelin, the Mother Crystal.
Wow.
Very gorgeous. I think this is the alt art of it as well.
That is stunning.
Right? Okay, with 3 rares in black and 1 gold mythic in part black, I think we're pretty confident that we're going to be part black here, or that we're going to be playing at least black here, maybe black blue, maybe black and something else in splashing blue for Emmett Selk, but let's open this final pack and see what we end up with.
Okay.
You're not alone, which is just a wonderful message. I love it, by the way.
Yes.
You're not alone out there, folks. Don't ever hesitate to reach out. Come join us on stream. We'd love to chat with you about anything that's going on in your lives. We try to do that with all of our viewers, and we would love to hear from you.
Yeah. Last month was Mental Health Awareness Month, and
That's right.
so we made a point of mentioning that more frequently last month.
For sure.
Typically do.
We have Light of Judgment next. Sephiroth's Intervention. We haven't seen one of these in a while, since Kit 1, I think. Maybe Pack 1 of Kit 1 even. But Sephiroth's Intervention, good removal spell. We have Gigantode, again, behind it. A Rook Turret, again. Nice. Another Magic Pot. White Auracite, first one of these we've seen in a while. Again, we saw one earlier. Summon Anima. First one of these we've seen. And that's great. We're trying to play black again. So there we go. Summon Anima is a very good one. And our first uncommon, Grahatia. Oh. Shout outs to both Erica, you know who you are, you're out there, and to Casey, lovers of Grahatia together. That's our second uncommon. And another Omega Heartless Evolution. This one non-foil. The other one we got was in foil. And our next card after our uncommons is another uncommon in the Emperor of Polymecia, which is a flip card and flips into the Lord Master of Hell. I thought we already got that. We got Hades earlier. Anyway, so here's the Lord Master of Hell. Of course, why not? And our next card is our rare or mythic, and it is the Masamune.
Yes.
That is Sephiroth's sword from Final Fantasy VII. It is an equipment in this set, of course, because it is just a weapon. It is really, really cool. Although I know that's blasphemous for me to say it's just a weapon. I get it. Sorry. But anyway, behind the Masamune is our foil in Thunder Magic. Very cool. By the way, the Masamune gets in any deck we play, I'm sure. Thunder Magic in foil is great. All that lightning in foil is awesome. You don't like it?
From my angle, it's real dark. Okay.
Lightning looks pretty cool, I think. And by the way, that's lightning cast by lightning. Just throwing that out there. That's very funny. And then behind it, a full art island. Gorgeous full art island. My God. And a hero / robot warrior.
Yes.
So that is kit 3 of 3. Like I said, I would definitely play black. I might play black-blue just because of Emmett Selk. Or I might play black and something else splashing blue for Emmett Selk. But because that's the end of our video, I have to leave you looking at our mythics that we opened. Oh God, come on Emmett, work with me here. We got Ragavan, which we know is a mythic, even though it doesn't show it. And we got Kefka and Summon Knights of Round. So that is what I'm going to leave you all looking at. Genuinely. As a reminder, first of all, we want to thank Champion for having us here today. The top link in the description down below will take you to Champion's website. Hopefully you've heard all the hype that's going on in this store. We have been here many times this week already, and we will be here all weekend as well, playing in the pre-release events, opening cards for in advance of this event, etc. If you got a chance to come down to Champion, leave it in the comments down below. And like I said, don't forget to check out all the videos that we've had coming from here. We had the big opening video, and we had the promotional video of us going around and showing off all the amazing decorations, some of the costumes that people were in, as well as the amazing cards that people were opening here at the store. What an incredible time we had.
Yes.
Also, there were other things that we did around this set, like I mentioned, the streamer event, which was a 12-hour stream. Thank you all so much for the support on that one. But if you did miss it, it is still available as a VOD on the channel. Go look for it. We would love to have you check it out and give us your thoughts on that as well. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments of this video, any of those videos as well. And then if you're enjoying the things that we're doing here on this channel and you don't want to miss out on more of this type of content from us, please make sure that you subscribe and ring that bell so that you will get notifications whenever any of our videos come out. Also, I mentioned if you are a fan of Final Fantasy and not necessarily of Magic, don't forget we have those playthroughs of Final Fantasy 7 and 8 over on one of our other 2 channels, Video Games for All, with our 3rd channel,
Gluten-free for all.
and you should go check those out, both linked down in the description box below, and you can sub and ring the bells there too, and we really, really appreciate it. Hopefully, you enjoy what we have going on for all of you at all of those things. Anything else, Amy?
Did we mention the Instagrams?
No, we did not. Thank you very much. You can also check out links to our socials, especially, as Amy mentioned, our 2 Instagram accounts, Geek for All and Gluten Free for All. In fact, as long as we remember to do it, you should be able to see, and by we, I mean I. Amy does an incredible job. I, not so much. But hopefully you have seen already, if you already follow us on Instagram, the pictures of all of the amazing folks here at Champion, and all the outfits and stuff that people are wearing, the cosplays, etc., that folks are dressed up in, because they go all out for this event. So hopefully you got a chance to check out any or all of that. Again, thank you to Champion, an incredible community, an incredible set of employees, managers, owners, etc., and an amazing player base. Just fantastic people here. We love it here. That's why we keep coming back, and they keep having us back. So we'll keep doing it. So if you are coming out to a pre-release at Champion in the future, hopefully we will see you there. Thank you all so very much for watching. As always, we really hope everybody enjoyed. And for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.